You're listening to the Hot Topics podcast with Psycho 41, the lovely Lady Lamb Chop, and the fabulous Thelonious Feather. Let's get into it. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Hot Topics podcast. Today I'm going solo dolo, but I got two guests on this special episode, and it's actually Easter Monday in some parts of the world, but we're gonna get down and dirty today, and we're gonna talk about body counts. So, and the reason why body counts is on the agenda now is because I just happened to view a social media video, and it was that I think that game show where they pop the balloons. I don't know if you guys ever heard it.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna talk about body counts and if it matters and stuff like that. So I have my two guests, Dimitri and Paul. Just happen to be somewhat related to me by blood, my brothers.
That's right.
So they're gonna chime in on here. So we start with Dimitri. Dimitri, tell them a little bit about yourself. Where you from, age, marital status, that type of deal.
Atlantic City, New Jersey. I just turned 44, and I am Aries.
Aries, you're a single guy.
Definitely single.
Single. Okay.
I've been cursed.
Hey, curse and a blessing. Depends on
That's
your
right.
view. Then we got Paul. Where you at?
Paul from Dallas, Texas. I'm single, ready to mingle.
All righty.
Libra.
And what's your
Yeah.
age? Tell me your age.
I'm 52.
52. Okay. So the reason why I ask those things, that's kind of important so people can get an understanding of your point of view when it comes to this particular topic. So now for anybody who don't know, we're not talking about killing people. We're talking about body counts, as in the term commonly refers to the number of people someone has had sexual intercourse with. Now, the difference is we're talking about sexual intercourse. We're not talking about any other type of intimacy. But, we can talk about oral and all other types of stuff. We're talking about straight sexual intercourse. So it's a hot...
Great penetration.
That's right, penetration. So it's a hot button topic.
Okay.
So you'll see this on social media, dating apps, where basically it could be a point of pride, shame, or judgment. And of course, we're going to talk about the double standards with it. So we're going to get the male's point of view and see what they think about the women's side, how they view the women's side. I know they can't speak on the women, but let's see what their thoughts are. So we're going to start with Dimitri. Both you guys going to answer the same question, but do you think body count is important in selecting a meat?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I hate to give you that answer. Yes, because you want to know how many people your partner been with. And no, because if you love that person, you're not going to let that get in the way.
Okay.
So for me, it's kind of it's a yes or no answer.
Okay. So
for that one.
So you're saying that you do want to know. And I don't know if you really want that, but you do want to know. But
right,
if you love the person, it shouldn't matter. So you want to, it's not going to count. Okay. So yes and okay. All right. And I'm a follow up question back to you after Paul. What's your point on this one?
Man, okay. So I guess it would matter, but for me, I don't really want to know. I don't really want to know a person's past, but I think it is important because you really have to know, like when you picking somebody, when you with somebody, you kind of need to know what situation she's been in or what type of people she's been around, because that definitely affects you and your relationship.
Okay.
exactly.
So now that kind of segues into this question here. So do you think somebody's body count says something about their character?
Yeah,
Man,
All right, Dimitri says yes.
I think it's. I think it's at least a 40% part of it.
For
he gave a percentage.
I mean, you know, you you want to. So you're determining that character by asking that question because you're seeing if they'll flop around her.
okay.
Yeah,
So and
yeah.
you got to know if you're dealing with a woman that want one man. So yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
uh,
So what do you say, Paul?
I, I I gotta agree too because man, you don't want a chick that's for the streets. Like
Okay.
like anybody just blow at her or blow on her and she dropping them draws. But I'm just so you really gotta. I mean, it's important though. And then how they operate determines like their mental state, especially you know when it comes to you and your relationship.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. So I did a check with AI just to see. Can you guess what the average body count is
Ooh,
for women
ooh, I'm gonna guess that.
like average
for their
on an
lifetime?
average scale. Like you get with a woman and what her average woman body count is.
Yes,
Uh,
I'm gonna say 8.
8. Okay, you close.
damn. Um, man, if he's close, I'm scared to say something. I'm gonna say, well,
More or less. More or less. What do you think is less than that?
I'm gonna say 10.
10. Okay. So this is what AI says. It says 4 to 6 for a woman and 6 to 8 for a man.
Oh, that's
So
that's not even accurate.
so all right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I was gonna say that.
so that's a funny thing about it, right?
Because I'm gonna tell you like this: in American women, nah, it's 4 to 6. That ain't,
That ain't accurate. He right. That's not accurate at all.
All right. So I'm more apt to think that women would underreport and
yeah,
men would overreport.
that's true. That's true. That's true. But
So
if you say AI said a man's body count average is what 68,
6 to 8.
That ain't right.
yeah, that ain't right. That ain't right.
So
Especially if you're a brother.
all right. So
Yeah, yeah, facts.
which country has the highest average body count?
United
I'm
States. Oh,
you said country.
Which country? Yes.
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
say
Africa.
I'm gonna say like United Kingdom.
All right. So all right. You say the UK, and Dimitri, you said which
Or
country?
actually, no. I'm gonna say U.S.
U.S. Okay. So the answer is actually Australia.
What?
You know what?
Yep.
Funny you said that. Funny you said that. I should have said that. I should have said that because
Australia?
y'all know I went to Australia.
Yes. Tell us about it.
O- Okay, okay. So not to self incriminate myself, but their views on sex is so different from what I was used to as far as women is concerned.
More liberal.
Yes, now when I got there, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know
Hmm.
anybody, so I just I figure I'm in Sydney, Australia. I'm gonna go ahead and see what's going on and hang out. So I went ahead and jumped on the little Tinder app, right? So bam, bam, bam. They was hitting me up. They was like, "Hey, you American?" Yes. How long you gonna be here? I said I'm gonna be here for about 10, 15 days. Have you seen, the city? No. Would you like to? Yes. When are you available? I'm available now. I'm coming to get you. I'm like, whoa,
Oh, that's direct.
whoa, yeah. So my experience, like, I want to go back. Like, I'm still having flashbacks to Sydney.
This is Australia.
This is Australia. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
All right.
Wow.
So, but when you went there and you interacted with people from Australia or the women from
Yeah,
Australia, I'm going to take a guess that you wasn't looking at a relationship.
not at all.
Okay, it was just more casual, and they were more liberal with it than, or easier with it than here in the U.S.
I stayed an extra 20 days.
Wow.
I'm just so they'll tell you how I felt about the situation.
All right, so in that case, since you weren't in a relationship with anybody, you wasn't looking for a relationship for anybody, body count would not have mattered.
No, not
Not
at
at
all.
all. All right, when even came into your head,
What's that?
it wouldn't even have came into your thoughts.
Didn't even come into my mind at
Okay.
all.
So now think about a relationship. Should the body count matter in a relationship, or do you think it's a outdated way to judge people? When I'm talking about specifically relationship, like I'm going to make this woman my wife or my girl, my main squeeze.
Well, I think it depends now. Now, after we go through the scenario, um, it depends on the mindset. Yeah, a lot of people still have an outdated mindset, a traditional mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they say, they want
Paul, you muted.
You muted.
You mute. You can't hear you.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Oh, like I was saying, nowadays, like people, like when they say they want a woman that's untouched or stuff like that, that's not even real. That's not even reality.
Right.
With the world changing and the world being so liberal and so free as far as options and reality TV and things of that sort. So I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair to judge them on body count. I know we do. I'm just saying. I know we
Okay.
do.
Yeah,
But I'm
society
just
does.
saying it's kind of unfair because at the same time, from a male perspective, and I'm gonna give my male perspective is that people may not agree, but I just feel like men are not really. I've come to the realization that I don't think men are really supposed to have one woman.
Boom. We got an episode coming up about that too.
You just aligned it with Brian's theory for the last year.
Plug me in. Plug me in. I'm ready to talk about it.
We're gonna get Coach Mike on that one too, because he made a trip to the Philippines and he had that in mind. So we're gonna see what he has to say.
Nope. Yes, sir.
So, all right. So, all right. You said we don't want to judge. Okay, and I know society does judge, and we do in some aspects. But all right, let's say I'm gonna put both of you in a situation here. All right, you meet this girl, you digging her, y'all vibing, everything's great, right? And then not the subject. The subject doesn't come up, but you found information on that other person's body count, right? Now, at what point do you say, nah, that's a little bit too much? Let's say she has. I'm gonna just throw a number out. You tell me if that's too high, or if it matters. 25.
Yeah, that's too high.
That's too high for you, Dimitri?
What 25? Okay.
Let's
I know
say
it's gonna sound stupid.
she's 40,
25 within the last within her whole life.
her whole
Or
life.
25 within the last year or two.
No,
No.
no, 25 in her whole life.
Yeah, and I'm
If she
still staying with the
if she
same
40,
energy. That's still too much.
That's still too much. Yeah, she's 40 years old. I guess that's a good age between you two. Let's say.
I'm thinking it's not too much because people grow up and learn and make mistakes, and like they can have the period where they running wild and being like okay, women always say this. I was going through my whole phase. That's what they say.
Okay, I've heard that.
That's what they say. So then, after they get, I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to use the term. After they get ran through and they find out that that phase ain't serving them, any benefit, then they start to kind of slow down and look for, I guess, a meaningful relationship, or at least they try to, put the brakes on and things like that. So if she's 40, I would say that's not too much. Now, she's 20. Well,
that's why. Yeah, that's why I was saying within your whole life, or
no, your whole life. Body counts your whole life. So the number should not outnumber the years you have on Earth.
It shouldn't. I don't think so.
Okay, so let me throw this number out. Now we're talking about a 40-year-old.
40-year-old. Okay.
60.
Yo, that's too much.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
I don't think a porn star got that many.
Porn stars gonna have hundreds, maybe thousands.
I'm messing with you.
But no, like 40 years old.
40 years old.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay.
Like, cause you think about this. Okay, 40, 60. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, consider. Let's say if she's 40, she started. Let's say she's a little hot. She started at 15, 16. Let's say 16. So that gives her 24 years. And that's like 2, 3.
And she was putting numbers on early.
Yeah, 3 men. That's 3 men a year.
Yeah.
If she started at 16, a little bit, give or take. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was growing up, I knew girls that was 3 men a year. That wasn't even nothing. They was busting 10 down. They was busting 10 down.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what the alarming part is. So let's say 60. Let's go back to 25. We said 25 is, Dimitri said 25 is too many. You said 25 is okay for a 40-year-old. Now you got to figure at 25, let's say some of that, maybe she had a serious relationship. At 40, I imagine you would have had at least one relationship for 5 years.
Right.
So let's cut that down to 35. So let's say she started when she was 16. That's 18. So that's still almost, not quite 2 per year, but I think that makes a difference only because you have to think the older you get, you would imagine if you ran through that many people, that means you really had to run through them, or you just never had a serious relationship. You never lasted more than a year or 6 months or whatever with another person. So that, to me, I think that would send off alarms a little bit.
I'm gonna throw this in there. How many kids she got?
Okay.
So how many kids she got?
Okay, I'm gonna throw that in. I'm gonna throw that in at the end because that makes a difference. And I'm going about the videos, right? Because the guy asked her. He asked her, the girl, the woman. She says, "How many kids you have?" He says 3. How many baby daddies? He says, a high value man will give you 2 with one guy, but after that, they're not taking you because you lost value. What do you think about that? Well, let me throw this in there. Let me throw this, Kevin. Without being married.
Yeah, she lost value.
Yeah,
she lost value.
So
without being married, definitely.
So I think what the view on that one was that your decision making skills are not very good. You choosing dudes, and you're having children with guys and not looking at the long term, or just dropping kids off, so to speak.
Well, that and the fact that now you're not dating her, only you're dating the 3 dudes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because when you enter in a relationship with her, you're not dealing with just her personality. Right. Now you got to deal with the whole baby daddy thing. Now, if she has 3, that's a whole new set of circumstances.
You're right, and that you got to deal with each.
Yeah,
All right.
each.
So let's say, and this is going off topic a little bit. Let's say, because it's funny you mentioned that. Let's say you have a woman who has 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, but none of them are in their life. Let's say 3 of them locked up
Oh wow.
30 years. So
Baby boy
I can't.
3.
Nope. I'm running. I can't do it.
Baby boy. That
I,
signals baby boy all over. Yeah,
Cause
nah.
they getting out.
yeah.
Because here's my thing. She's getting caught up in too much stuff to have 3 baby daddies locked up.
Well, that's
You know?
another good view because that goes with the whole decision making thing, and
Right.
I guess also about character. Do you like these bad boys, or you're choosing guys that really don't have much going for themselves? So I guess that does make a difference.
Well, you
I
have to
just
look at it this way. You have to look at it this way too. If she's making bad decisions in the
yes.
future, and telling what else she's gonna make bad decisions on that's gonna screw your relationship up. So
Bro,
you
you
got to think
spot
about that.
on. You spot on that one. I was gonna say that if she making bad decisions on on the relationship side,
Yeah,
man, her decision making ain't good
it's not gonna be.
financially
Yeah,
or anything else.
Right. Okay.
right.
Okay. So let me ask you something. Then this goes for you as well as your intimate partner. Is it okay to lie about your body count?
They gonna
Wait,
lie anyway.
the guy to the girl.
So, yeah.
Is that or
No, both. Like, is it okay do you think it's okay
Either
for
one?
either one to lie about their body count?
uh, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say no because you can change.
You can change.
That's the
Okay.
only reason why I'm gonna say no. You can change everything. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
If you just tell them what where your body count, what's been going on with you, further down the line, you can change. There's a reason you telling them that. Hey, I'm not like that. Change your ways, change.
you've grown.
So that's why I would say don't lie, because if they find out,
Then it's a problem.
right?
Okay.
So
What would you would say you, Paul? Is it okay to lie about your body count?
I don't think so because if old girl got 150 piece and she lie about it, she say, "Oh, I only been with like 10 people," right? Right? You know how stuff eventually comes out in the craziest way because you end up finding out that whoa, you didn't have you've been with more than 10 people, and then later on she like, you know what? I'm sorry, I was with 150 people.
Whoa.
Oh nah.
So
It's a wrap.
would it be
It's a
worse
then
if you?
comes the trust issue.
Well, would it be worse if it or better if she told you about it, or what if somebody you found out in the barbershop?
Oh man, that's the worst. Barbershop?
You don't want to
That-
find out at no barbershop.
That's
No.
on the streets. That's public knowledge. Like, come on now, like come on. In the barbershop, we talk about sports. We talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you find if you go to a barbershop and somebody from the barbershop tell you that your girl was ran through dude, like, oh no. We can't. It's over now. It's over.
And normally, if you find it depends. If you find it out, if they all saying it, that might mean they all done been up through her.
They all done
So
ran through it.
you got
Right.
you got to think about that too. If they're saying it, they let you know. Hey, we know, we let them know what's going on or whatever. But it's best if she tells you. You know why? Because you can trust her now.
Right.
Kind of.
So
Yeah.
trust is
You know what I
making-
mean? You can trust her because if she comes out and tell you that, that's big.
Right.
So now you kind of got trust with her, like 'cause she told you.
That's
you
true.
know, and she can change. But she told you. You can't say, but if she doesn't tell you and you find that out,
Right.
that's pretty big.
Well,
Yeah, because she can say, you know what, when I was growing up, I was fast and everything like that. But you know what, I slowed down. I stopped messing with the wrong type of guys and everything like that. You know what, I can respect that. I can
So yeah,
respect that.
right.
okay. So let me ask you, without telling me your body count, how would you feel if your partner's number was significantly higher? So I know lower. Every man ain't going to complain about that. No man's going to complain about that lower. What if your partner's number was significantly higher than yours? How would you feel about that?
When you when you say higher, is it like two or three times more?
Let's say. Well, I don't know your number, so I can't say times. Let's say about 15 more than yours.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
Because
That's
it
a good.
depends on how high yours is.
Well, hold on, because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I can talk about this. See, my body count, man. I kind of kept mine on the low end because of the fact that I didn't want to deal with drama or no babies. Like I didn't want to deal with no kids and
Right.
all that drama. So even though I would go and kick it with these chicks or date them and stuff like that, if I knew that if we wasn't like, nah, we good. I'm good. I'm good. So I kind of kept it like in a cool, manageable range,
Or a respectable range.
respectable range. Now I know. Listen, all right, y'all. Listen,
He about to tell on himself. Come on, give it to us.
no, oh no, our other brother, you know that dude. That dude right there was a savage. You know what I'm saying? So, so I know he was slaying them. So I'm saying, so when I seen that, I was like, I'm not even doing that. I'm not even getting into drama because drama comes along with it. A
Yeah, you know
whole
what?
bunch of
It does, but most of the time the drama comes in when the lying part. You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
guys, when we can admit it, guys will go out there and try to date all these different women, but they're not truthful with them. So then when they get caught or they get caught up, that's when the problem comes in. And I know,
That's true. That's true.
and I'm gonna say, not so much lying, but I'm gonna say lying by omission as well. Meaning it never came up. We played a certain part and had them thinking that they were the only one. That's where the problem
Yeah,
comes in.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think
Because
when you, yeah,
nobody can handle the truth, so we don't tell them the truth.
right, right.
Right.
Now see, this is where I disagree with that. Now that was my thinking before until you get a little bit older and you start saying, you know what, I'm just going to be truthful, right? And once you realize that once you give somebody the option of how they want to handle it, things work out so much better. It
I,
does.
yeah, yeah,
And
that's
you
true.
you'd be surprised what somebody will accept when you're honest with them. So I think more guys should just be straight up. If you lose one, you lose one. You know.
Listen, guys. Be honest. Be honest with these women out here. Honesty is the best policy.
It really is, and it's
I
hard. It is hard because, see, here's the thing: people will always say, honesty is the best policy. It is. However, I think a lot of guys do it because they don't want to hurt the other person.
Yes.
Because, like you said,
Yes.
sometimes people can't handle that honesty, and
Yes.
that's where a lot of the problems come in. But all right, so
I got a
you're
question.
yeah,
Okay. I got a question for both of y'all. So do you
Yeah.
think we should, well, you get with your partner, right? And just say y'all have sitting down at a table, y'all getting to know each other, and then you have somebody brings up the discussion on body counts, right? Do you think you should feel some kind of way? Okay, do you think if it's better, somebody say their body counts just say their body counts was high. Just say their body counts was 30, right? But all 30 of them were actually 2-year relationships, 3-year relationships.
Well, how old is she?
Is
Yeah,
that
she got to be elderly for that.
Yeah.
Well, you say so you saying the majority of them?
Just say she's 50.
Okay.
She's 50 years old.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so through her life, all those body counts were 2-3 year relationships, right? Do you think that's a lot better knowing there were all relationships than them not being relationships? And she said that that's just a body count, non-relationships.
I
I
think.
think I think I think that plays a part. I mean, that's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I could
if
see
she
that.
said
You know,
2
you see what I'm
years, if
saying?
she like older, they've been in relationships. Yeah.
Because to me that tells me that if those are not relationships, that means you hopping. What's that? Cypress Hill, jump around. You're
Oh yeah.
hopping around.
Oh yeah.
Well, hold on. You can look at it this way too. You know, let's say all those were brief relationships. Now you got to look at that person like, how is your relationship going to go? If she had all those relationships, whether it be 1 or 2 years, that's something you might be saying. Either she has a bad choice of men, or she's the problem.
No.
Or she,
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is when we say body counts, if a woman tell us, my body counts is like 40, we're like, damn, 40, but those are like, just say those are just like one night stands compared to another woman saying, what I'm saying is she, I guess what I'm saying is she nastier.
yeah, that's a difference.
with
It is
that
different.
than a 40 count being relationships.
But it's two things.
Yeah.
So you got the one with the one night stand. You might want to say, oh, she kind of loose, morally. She's kind of loose. She just have these one night stands, whatever. And like Paul said, people go through phases, whatever. However, again, on the other hand, even though she had all these relationships, these little short term relationships, and her body count stacked up, that should be alarming too, because now you're looking at somebody who can't stay in a long term relationship because it's either she's the problem, or she's just bad at selecting, mates. She might just be picking up any Tom, Dick, and Harry, off the
Right,
street
but
and
which
getting in
is
relationships
worse? Which is worse,
I
though?
think it's equally worse, but for different reasons.
Really?
Yes. Because if you're looking at because I think you said that the person could change, but you just got ran through by 60 different dudes. And then on the other hand, on one night stands, let's say one night stands, but then on the other hand, you got somebody who's been in 30 different relationships, brief relationships. So to me, I'm not saying this equal. I'm saying they're equally worse because of different reasons. They either, you can't stay in a relationship because you're the problem, or you just had bad selection. That's the one side, and then the other side is that you just morally loose. So pick your poison.
Oh, I got a question, Dimitri. I got a question. I'm gonna pose this to you. You did say anybody can change, and I believe it. I believe anybody can change. However, say you was dating this woman, and I would say she's like 40, 42, 43, And I remember last year it was this big thing going on because Hulu was about to they did it, the Freaknik
Freaknik
documentary, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, say you was dating this woman, and you just happen to see the documentary. She's on the documentary, right? Now I'm just saying that back in the day, right? Back in the day.
What was that, like 92, 93?
92, 93, 94.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I know they can change, but what you saw in the documentary was kind of suspect.
Like Vanessa Del Rio suspect?
Yeah, like because I'm gonna tell you like this.
Wait, how long you been dating this girl then?
Okay,
that's
just say y'all been dating for 2 years. Just say y'all been dating for 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And Just say I've been dating for 2 years, and she said, I was I was fast, but or I was, but she didn't never kind of like go into detail. And you see this documentary, and you bam, oh, this is her on the documentary, and she up on the car. They got her shirt off. The whole, I mean, like, because I'm gonna tell you like this, that stuff was going on there. I mean,
Right.
when I tell you, they was butt naked, like getting they was out there. And so if you like say you see it, would that change your mindset when it come to her as far as like, wow, I know you say
Well,
you was out there, but you was really, really out there.
yeah, I was just about to say, you said she didn't give in the detail when she said she was out there, so it would change my mind because you didn't tell me exactly what you. That's why I said come out and tell the just come out and tell the truth because if you come out and tell me exactly in detail, number one, I got the chance to accept it or not right then and there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. If you already been into the relationship dating for 2 years and then she comes out and tell you, hey, I was buck wild back then, or
Yeah.
just say I was wild back then, but she don't go into detail and you're already 2 years in it, I would okay it. Okay, because she but you saying I discovered.
You see visual. I mean, like it's one thing now,
I
Dimitri,
don't
it's
know,
one
man.
thing for her to say, yeah, I was out there, and you like, oh, everybody was out there at one time, but then you seen a visual, and that visual kind of confirmed what she was talking about.
I think
That's
it
a
makes a
different
difference.
See,
situation.
but
I think it makes a
if she
difference.
comes out and tell me exactly in detail that's what she did, then I'm cool. Because she told me, so I
Right,
already had a
right.
good idea. But if I have to come out and she go, yeah, I was crazy back then, this and that. Then I see her getting the business on the truck. Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
yo,
the business.
okay,
Because Dimitri, it's a difference, because like women, it's a difference when they say, "Oh, I was crazy back then," right?
It was
right,
When
like
you say
how
crazy,
crazy.
oh, crazy is, you doing crazy little stuff out there on the street, whatever. Nah, crazy and being out there is totally different, especially
Yeah.
if you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the issue, like how I would see it. Now, if you did crazy stuff in the past and it was everybody's done crazy stuff. Whatever, that's not a big deal.
Yeah,
One, you
yeah.
gotta look at it, it's documented, and now like for everybody to re-victimize you over and over again. But
That's true.
one thing I would think about is that who was that you was doing it with and how many. Like if you did it was a whole bunch of strangers and it wasn't like say it was your boyfriend or something along those lines. If it was a whole bunch of strangers, now I'm gonna have that in the back of my head. Even if I can accept it and say, okay, that was your youth, whatever, I think still it would kind of mess with me psychologically going forward.
They was definitely strangers.
Yes.
Because they was out there.
Yeah.
They was meeting up. Hey, meet me. You look good. Da, la, la, la. Boom. Introduction.
Boom, it's
Bam.
done.
Did it,
So
Paul? Let me ask you a question. Did this happen to you? Because I'm starting to feel like you met somebody.
Nah.
now
No,
don't put
what
you
I
can't
was
put
about
them
to
you
say,
can't put them out there on
Nah.
the
Because no. Because I went.
Mm.
So I saw like okay. When I was in college, I had went to Savannah. It's called Orange Crush Weekend. Now, man, the stuff I saw, I was like, what?
really.
Like, man, I was like, damn, like,
But it happens. I like us. There was even a video that was circulating on I think it was like FAMU University with the kids making their own videos and stuff like that. It happens, but I think with that you just have to be honest with it, and like I said, I don't care what you say. It's still how your brain accepts it. You might say, all right, that's
yeah,
cool. She was young, blah, blah, blah. But in the back of your mind, you're going to be thinking about, well, how far will she go, you know, let's say if I go out of town, or how far would she go if the, you know, the
That's true.
opportunity presented itself, right?
Okay, I got enough scenario. Now you're right. Anybody can change, but okay. What if you saw the video and she was getting trained?
Oh, I could tell you this. That would stay with me in the back of my head, and I would have to deal with that for a long time. Yeah, so I don't know, because like I said, if we've been in a relationship for a while and that came up, that was discussed, then that's different. But if I saw it and it was never discussed, whether it was discussed or not, I could tell you, if she told me this, that she got a train ran on her, it's still gonna be in the back of my head, and I don't think I could ever forget that.
90% of the time, they not discussing that. They not really telling you. Well, you know, back in the day, you know, I was crazy. I got that train ran on me.
Yeah, that's a cancel.
Yeah, that's not
cancel.
coming up.
That's a cancel at the beginning, or that's a cancel already 2 years in a relationship.
Well, I think if I found out in the beginning, I probably would have put my distance between them, because I you know, especially if it was on tape, because that's something that'll always come back up, and you know, yeah, I don't think I could deal with that. So, but even with that said, like if ever should that come up in your relationship?
Okay, let me ask you this.
Wait, hold on. I'm talking about the body count and the spicy body counts. I'll call it. When should that come up, if ever?
You asking when should it?
Yeah, if it should. When should it come up? And you're in a relationship now. You're not just dating. You're in a relationship. So when should that conversation happen? You mentioned that at the table. You know, with y'all have guests over.
I think that should come up at the beginning.
Like, in the dating stage.
Yes.
Yeah, at the beginning of the dating stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give you time to process it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like first date, second date. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you two decide that, you know what, it's gonna be me and you. We gonna be exclusive. That's when that need to be dropped.
Yeah, before you get to that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Not after you decide to be exclusive.
No. Like before, when you decide, or you decide, okay, am I gonna make this woman like my girl?
All right, it's getting there.
I think that right there. Like, hey, do you have anything that you want to tell me? You know, you want to discuss with me, things like that.
Okay.
You know.
So why is it still a double standard between men and women when it comes to body counts?
I'm gonna tell you why. Just when I went back to it, this is me. I believe that men are not. How can I say this?
We're not biologically, genetically designed to be monogamous. I think that's basically what you're saying. I've said that before, you know, and I agree, like 100%. Yeah, I agree. What about you, Dimitri?
What's the question again?
Why is it still a double standard between men and women when it comes to body count? Like, when a man has a high body count, it's like, oh yeah, he was a player, he's a this and that, but he's a ladies' man, blah 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 blah. But when a woman has a high body count, oh yeah, she's a hoe. She's a hoe. She's a, you know, why is there a double standard? I could tell you mine.
Because the man is looked at it like, wow, I can't answer that one.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna make an analogy.
Okay.
We're the shooters. She's getting shot in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just like it, and I'm gonna tell you, I didn't come to this.
Oh,
I,
you
I
meant
came
shooters
to this.
as in you're
Yes,
transferring your essence, as Tracy was.
yes,
Okay, I
yes,
got you.
yes. So I didn't come to this revelation like immediately. I just as I started doing research and I started kind of looking at relationships and situations stuff like that. I start understanding that yeah, that's what I believe. That's what I think. I believe that's what it is. And so um a woman has a role and a place
Hmm.
in society, in physically, mentally, and a man has their role and their set of traits, and our traits are not aligned. Our traits are different from women, because if that was the case, we'd be all both men, or we'd be both women,
Right.
or we would have what's that, chromosomes, X and stuff like that.
Right.
So they're a more emotional. We're not. We carry testosterone. They carry estrogen.
So you're
That
saying
plays a
the
big
the
part.
biological differences that
Yes,
okay.
that plays a big part. How you look at things, how you operate as a person in this society.
I think
Testosterone is driven. This men is hunters. It's aggressive. It's kill or be killed, survival of the fittest.
yes,
The
men.
the strong man gets the woman. You know
I think
that's
I think it's so. I always use this analogy when I'm having a discussion with different women when it comes to that, and it basically comes down to this. I look. This is how society has formed it, not me. I'm saying how society has seen it. That's like being a let's go back to the old pirate days, right? Say every man is a pirate on his own ship, right?
right. Right.
And a woman is that treasure, that town. Now, a woman's value is basically how much gold that you have in your treasure chest,
Right.
right? So
Okay.
when a man goes to that woman at her innkeep or whatever, and he takes that gold, it might be for services, he might do things for whatever, but he takes that gold and he puts it on his ship. His value is going up. So every place that he goes and he takes that pot of gold, or that a handful of gold, whatever it is, and puts it on his ship, his value is actually going up because he's getting richer. Whereas
That's
a
right. He
woman,
plunders. He
that's
plunders.
exactly how it is. So where a woman, that's your treasure. That's something that you hold sacred. You keep that. That's your value. So every time a man comes in there and you give up your treasure, your value is going down. And that's just how society sees it. I don't think it's anything outside of that as far as, I think the biological thing is how we made, but how society sees it is that
Right.
women, you're supposed to have those treasures. You're supposed to keep that because again, nobody. It's like if you had a lock. Let's say a woman's a woman's a lock, and let's say every key opens that lock.
That's right.
That lock is worthless. But if a man has a master key that opens the different locks, that's why it's called a master key. That's
It's
the
valuable.
valuable.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Vicky is always supposed to keep her secrets.
That's exactly it. You know. But I think that's why there's a double standard, and women don't understand that part. Some women do, but a lot of them don't, and they want to be like men. They're like, well, if you could do it, I can do it, and that's like, well, you're not a man. We're not playing. You could be equal, but we're not the same. You get me?
No,
Yeah.
no.
So now I don't know if you two are like religious guys or anything, but do you think, how do you think that cultural views and religious backgrounds shape how people view that whole body count thing?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Like I'm not religious. Um, I'm a spiritual guy, but I do understand that religion puts emphasis on purity and how they look at um the whole immorality and you fornicating before marriage and sleeping around. They really um they really like
Frown on that.
disdain from that.
Right.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah, because
go ahead.
what you say?
Go ahead.
So like dealing with religious, religion, whatever. They've always stuck with the whole one woman, even when who was it? Had 100 something wives in the Bible.
You had
Solomon.
Solomon. He had 700.
Solomon. Yeah. So, but
He was,
they see it
he
from a
was the
different
smartest
angle
man.
because
He was the smartest man in the Bible too.
he was the smartest man. He had the most wives, but
Yeah.
also Abraham had one wife and had all those kids. So,
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Abraham
He had
had
concubines.
concubines, so he didn't
He had
have just one
side
woman.
oh well,
pieces.
yeah. Yes, right. You're right. You're right.
He
Sanctioned
had
But
side pieces.
so, well, that being said, how religion people gonna look at it is like one wife thing don't bounce around, but in the Bible, it looked like there was bouncing around.
So you know what the thing is,
I'm,
when you talk about a religion, there is so much hypocrisy and
yes. I was
inconsistency when
about
you
to
talk
say
about
that.
religion. So, religion will have this. This is the way it's supposed to be done. This is why, blah, blah, blah. But you can actually pick that apart. When you talk about cultural things, I think cultural things is more or less as a group of people, we've accepted this as legitimate behavior because it fits our particular society. And you can't
Yes.
have,
Yes.
let's say a society where you have women just going around and having babies with different men, because the structure back then was the male was the head, and he had his his heirs and all other type of stuff. So cultural things is thousands. I want to say it even outdates religion, to be honest. But I think they both influence how we see today, how it's viewed today. Except for, I think now we're in an age of deep thinking. Everybody's thinking and dispelling superstitions, dispelling old fables about how things are supposed to happen. So I think it does play a big part of it, whether we like to agree or not. But there's some of us who just the intellectual types will go out there and say, okay, this is how I feel, based on this, and this. And,
You got and you got to understand too. You got to understand that a lot of our cultural traditions that the society holds true. It was manipulated and man-made for a particular agenda
yes,
to keep people to keep people under a certain level of control. So okay, one woman, you're one man, you're one woman. That's how it's supposed to go. Marriage, sanctity, unity, and that's that's a whole other conversation right there. But but we're not gonna go there. So I got some views on that. But cultural and societal norms have been manipulated, massaged, however you want to say it, to fit the particular a society's agenda, what they want to achieve, what they want their people. It's almost like keeping you in line.
right, yeah. You know what?
Yes.
In one aspect, I think that when you're in a society or any civilized society, you have to have some form of control, just so there's order in the society, so you don't have chaos. I understand that part too, but no, now back to the body count. Now this is the man's opinion. This is the man, how you think as a man.
Right.
If you have somebody with a high body count, right? Do you think she is less likely to stay faithful in a relationship when she's had a lot of men in the past?
I would I would say I would say that's a fair assessment.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So the morality thing.
I
Okay,
agree.
you agree too?
Yeah, I agree. She's likely to. If she tells you
Mm-hmm.
that body count, I think she's likely to stay faithful. Because if she wasn't, she wouldn't tell you.
Okay.
Well,
You gotta think about that too.
or she's just letting you know, hey, listen, I'm letting you know, this is what I do. This is what I do. Now, now.
This is
I
what you
respect
signing
her.
up for.
Yeah, exactly. This is what you signed. Like because I heard a video where this chick said, "You knew who I was when you came into the relationship."
Right.
Whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
Right.
Like you knew what you was getting. You know what you signed up for.
I hope that was Jada Pickett telling Will Smith that. But go ahead.
But let me throw this one at you. Now, what if a woman who has a very low body count, let's say 0 to 2, right? And she's in a long-term relationship. You don't think that maybe because she's not had the experience that she wouldn't be curious and want to get out there and try other people?
That's true.
So you gotta.
That's the reason why she's at 2%.
That she might be at 1 or 2 because she just was maybe sheltered or she just never just experienced life. So, you get into this long term, you've been with this guy for 30, 40 years, let's say 20 years. And, especially in our society, there's a lot of influence coming from everywhere. You see the movies, the books, the music, and, that might get somebody wondering like, oh, what have I missed out on?
She want to break out.
Bingo.
When she get that third one, under her belt,
it could be off to the races, right? So,
yeah,
that makes a difference. But you also look at it this way too when it comes to body count now, and I think men are more open to this part. Do you really want a woman who's not experienced that you have to teach? Now, I'm not saying it in a negative way. So it's kind of like I know people do. Would you want a woman who is inexperienced that you got to teach her everything? Or do you want to get with a woman who has some years under her belt and she got some experience? So what would you say?
I want to go with me personally going to go with number 2.
You want the experienced woman?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I think I'm good. I'll teach you. I'll listen. I'm gonna tell you. Hey, you do this.
Right.
We're gonna do it. I'm good with that.
Right.
But if I come into a relationship and she know all the tricks that whoa.
Right. Now, see, here's a problem with that too, right? So you get that you had the young one. You done taught her everything she need to know, right? Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she got this trick, and you gonna be like, well, where'd you learn that? I didn't teach you that. But that is a funny thing. But a lot of these things can go either way.
Or you could teach her, and she could be like, LeBron, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Like
hey, women do it. I mean, men do it too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, it's really a balance. It's really a balance because just like we were talking about with the body counts, you don't want nobody super high.
Right.
At the same time, low body count, like a comfortable medium.
Okay.
Like in between.
All right, so let me now we're gonna close it out with this. I gotta get a word of the day, and the word of the day is gonna be body count. That's gonna make it easier. So for anybody who's listening, if you check out our podcast and the word of the day, this is still April. Today's today's word of the day is body count. So if you email us at Hot Topics, HOTTOPIX podcast, Hot Topics podcast at gmail.com with the word of the day for the month, you have the opportunity to win some comedy show tickets at a comedy show near you, not near us, near you. So that's that. So to close out, because I know it's getting late, thank you guys for coming in. This is an interesting conversation, and we're going to follow this up with the whole the poly or the polygamous relationship thing, because that's a hot topic also.
Oh yeah, I'm here for that.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Be ready.
Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta!